Assalamu alaikum, my name is Hafza Mahamud. I'm 18 years old. I'm in my second year of sixth form right now. I grew up in Acton in West London and I was interested in a political career from quite a young age. So I started looking for certain opportunities. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I got those opportunities and what I've done to further my career in a political sphere. So I applied for an internship at City Hall to work under the Mayor of London on the Community and Social Policy team. And I applied with about 100 other people, and I never thought I would get the opportunity, but I've realised being from a diverse background and being someone different than they're used to is important in these sorts of political careers, because they're looking for people that represent London, and as a young Somali person you represent London also. So I would say applying for those sorts of roles is really important for the young Somali people, because we're not in those spaces and those are spaces that affect us most. So I applied to work in the Community and Social Policy team at City Hall, where I worked on the Workforce Integration Network, which is getting young black boys into education and youth training and getting them into jobs in construction and tech where they're not represented. And that opportunity would have never come by if I didn't apply for it and if I didn't take the initiative. So I applied thinking that I wouldn't get in because there's so many other richer and white middle class kids that would have got that position before me, but I was thinking in the wrong way, because they saw that I was different and that I was someone that they didn't have before in their company, in their offices. So they thought having someone different, someone unique in their building would give a different sort of outlook on and perspective on things. So I was working there for 1 month, and in that 1 month I was called to so many different meetings asking my opinion and perspective on certain things. Like there was a knife crime, serious youth violence meeting, and I was asked to attend because I'm a black person and that sort of things affects us most. So I got to work on that campaign, and I got brought into so many different meetings that they wanted my opinion on and outlook on. So I would say definitely don't think that you're underqualified, because you just being the diverse person you are can definitely get you into those sorts of environments. And while I was there, I would also say, if you ever find yourself into that situation, make connections with people. So take people's emails, take their business cards, because you never know when that connection could get you somewhere in life. So even till this day, after I finished my internships, I'm still getting emails saying, Hafsa, do you want to join and be a part of this collaboration we're doing? Do you want to speak at this event? So if I never made those connections, I would have never got those opportunities, because even though I'm qualified to be working there, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So make connections with everyone you can. So at the end of my 1 month internship, I was handed a certificate by the Deputy Mayor to commend all the interns on the work that they've done throughout that time. So I was the only Somali person in the whole group of interns that we had, which I thought was very valuable in the sense that Somali kids don't often get to these positions because we don't apply and we don't take the initiative to. So next year, I would like to see much more young people, young Somalis taking the initiative and going to these sorts of places where we're not seen. We don't want to be seen as a negative stereotype. As Somali kids, they don't do anything, they're on the streets and they get bad grades in school, but that's not all we are. So I would say, if you have a dream and if you have a goal that you want to pursue, then go for it. Who's to say that you're not qualified? Because even I thought I wasn't qualified, but I was what they were looking for, and I was the only Somali that was there. So next year, maybe all the interns could be Somali. No one knows. So I would say definitely go for it. And then at the end, I got my certificate from the Deputy Mayor, who handed it to me and we took a picture. So I think that sort of thing definitely shows that Somali kids are wanted in these industries and that there's space for us. And it's not just for the white people or the people that we think deserve it more than us, because we deserve it just as much. Another thing I would say is to keep good company. So when I was going through school, I always kept good friends they also had goals that they wanted to pursue, because your friends are a reflection of who you are. So at school, I would always make sure that the people that I was friends with were onto their studies, that were motivating. So they would always tell me, Hafsa, you need to start studying, you need to do your work, because they wanted to see me succeed as much as they wanted to. So those are the friends that you should keep in your circle, and make sure the people that are in your close circle are the ones that are rooting for you and that want to see you succeed and do well. The next thing I would say is to ask for help when you need it. So even though you're an independent and strong person on your own, asking for help always can give you that extra edge that you need. So asking your teacher to check your CV or your personal statement just to make sure that you've got everything that you need in there, that could give you the help that you need, because other people will be asking loads of people for help on their applications and things that will give them more opportunities that maybe you wouldn't have because you try to do it all on your own. So asking different people for help and advice can really help when you're trying to achieve your goals and your dreams in life. Okay. The next thing I would say is that diversity is always an advantage. So as I said earlier, I was always pulled into different meetings to get the young Somali perspective on certain things. So for example, they were doing a community campaign trying to get all the Somalis together, but there was no Somali people in the meeting to speak for themselves. So they asked me, just the intern that was there for 1 month, to come and talk. So that shows that there is definitely a need for people like us in those sorts of spaces. So rather than having to ask an intern, why not ask the person that is working there? Why don't ask the person that is already there? And the reason is that there isn't anyone. So I think that being Somali and being young and diverse, that is an advantage, not a disadvantage. So make sure you put that on your applications. Make sure you say that you're Somali and you're proud, because that's what they want. They want to hear your voice, they want to see your opinions, and they don't want to do things without us, which is the case, that's been the case for many years now. Things are happening for Somalis and Somalis are not having a say. So rather than the same old people coming into these meetings, why not us? Why not have a fresh young voice talking about issues that affect us? So from that internship, I learned that that is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be part of the political climate. So I applied to study politics at uni, and having that experience of that 1 month long internship is something that I could put in my personal statement and that I could use to apply to uni. And I've got my options back now, and that's all thanks to Allah and my mum that I was able to get this opportunity. So make sure that you take opportunities, is what I'm saying. So collect opportunities throughout your life that you can use to apply for things like uni, apply for jobs, just to have that edge, because you'll be the one that stands out from the crowd. If you have that internship or that experience, or you know that person, that can get you a certain place in life. And I would definitely say, when you're applying to uni, put down everything you can and don't be afraid to show off, because if you have certain opportunities, if you're shy to say it, they won't know. So put everything that you've done down in your personal statement or in your applications for different jobs, and then you will get it, because you have that difference that people don't have, like the rest of the candidates don't have. So when I was going through this internship and applying for things, I didn't have anyone to help me through it. So I wanted to be that person for you. So if you are applying to anything, or you want me to read through your personal statement or CV, I'll leave my email, and you can definitely come and email me whichever questions you have, or if you need me to check something or check your application, I'll be happy to do that. And finally, I want to say, whichever career it is that you want to go to, make sure that you're determined and that you try hard and that you go for any opportunity that lands in your lap, because that's what will get you places in life. And I'm sure that you guys are bright and you're clever and you're strong and determined, so you can get there. And may Allah grant you the best in this world and the hereafter. Sky's the limit.